Is KSI really injured and out of his fight, or is this just all a plan because he was bored and did not want to fight Anthony Taylor or Slim? I want to talk about all that today, as well as talk about KSI's statement on the situation. I'm going to read that in a little bit, and also talk about what the potential injury might be. What do I think? Also, Conor McGregor has now chimed in on the situation, but also probably what is most important, what are they going to do on August 31st now that KSI is not fighting? So for maybe some of you guys that are confused, let me back up a little bit, all right? KSI, obviously, he fought Tommy Fury and lost. It was a very close fight. Anybody could have won that fight. And KSI has not fought in a while, right? But now he's deciding to come back this summer, and he decided to return against Slim and Anthony Taylor. Now, this is going to be KSI versus the two of them, which I criticized and thought it was a stupid idea. And I made a video about it at the time, and I talked about it and talked about the press conference and said I'd much rather see KSI just fight a guy like Slim alone. And it seemed like KSI showed very little interest in it, so much so that I said I think the fight was maybe canceled because DAZN started to stop promoting it. However, it looked like that the fight was going to happen up until people started noticing KSI started deleting stuff on his Instagram regarding the fight. Anthony Taylor and Slim decided to tweet out some things and basically calling out KSI and saying that he was pulling out of the fight. Well, it turns out KSI did pull out of the fight because he released a statement today finally explaining the question that we've all been wondering. But before we get into it, guys, please hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and share. Guys, you know, I just wanted to take a break because, guys, it helps the channel so much. Hit the notification bell because we have been doing so good with the support. I want to continue the momentum, and I appreciate all the support, guys. You guys have been really killing it. I appreciate it. But I want to break down the tweet KSI put out, you know, talking about the situation, explaining why he pulled out, and let's see what he has to say. All right, so here we are, guys. This is KSI, obviously, on his official Twitter. He posted this today, and he starts it off by saying, "Hey, everybody, I have some important news to share, and I wanted you to hear it directly from me. The fight with Slim and Anthony Taylor is off. I have been battling with an injury, not my toe, lol." So I don't know if this is supposed to be some sort of shot at Conor McGregor, but look, KSI, I hate to break it to you, but Conor has fought plenty of times tougher guys with injuries, like worse injuries than a pinky toe. And I get people criticizing it, but you can't really criticize it when you're in the midst of pulling out of a fight, and to my knowledge, won't even say the injury. So I think that was a pathetic attempt at a jab, and I think that's why Conor probably chimed in later on. KSI continues, "I have been battling with this injury since I began training camp for this fight, and unfortunately this has worsened during camp, which is why you haven't seen my usual enthusiasm. Despite my best efforts to push through the pain, it has reached a point where I can no longer spar or even hit pads or do bag work. On my doctor's orders, I have been advised to withdraw from Misfits 017. I know this might be disappointing for many of you. I hate letting you down. However, I will be taking some time out to rest so I can get back into the ring as soon as possible. Rest assured, I will be back fitter, stronger, healthier, and ready for any challenge. For now, I apologize to my fans, my opponent, and everyone involved who might feel let down by this decision. I give 100% to everything I do, and this is not a decision I have taken lightly. I am aware of the lengths that people will have gone to see me fight in Ireland, and I am sorry to let you all down. Thanks for continuing to support me in everything I do, and I promise to make it up to all you. The event will still go ahead. Misfits 017 marks our 2-year anniversary, so we'll make sure it's special. In addition to the fights, I'll be commentating and performing some of my new songs with some exciting surprises." Oh boy, a KSI concert. I can't wait. For anyone who bought tickets and is unhappy with these changes, refunds can be requested via your original point of purchase. To the rest of you, I can't wait to see you there and celebrate with this special occasion together. Thank you for the understanding and continued support, blah, blah, blah. Here we see Mams Taylor, KSI's manager, talk about the injury, and he says, yeah, he's legit got a bad injury, so might want to wait until he knows his recovery timeline first. Basically just responding to a fan saying that they should, you know, set up another fight at the event, you know, have KSI do a face-off with somebody. Here we see like a Jake Paul fan, you know, say karma's a bitch, obviously pointing at KSI, laughing at Jake Paul's fight getting postponed. Here we obviously see Conor McGregor, you know, responding to this thing where, you know, DAZN's posting, oh, wishing you a speedy recovery, KSI, and then, you know, Conor McGregor just says, no one gives a fuck, lad. Obviously they've had beef, and I think this is probably, like I said, because, you know, KSI seemed to throw a shot at Conor for no reason. I mean, that was just baffling to me. Not to glaze Conor or anything, but KSI would be lucky to achieve anything that guy's achieved. But that's basically the situation so far. We saw Slim respond to KSI pulling out. He was not happy, accused KSI of ducking him.
I see no footage of him training. I see nothing of him doing anything. What did he get injured from? Sitting in his ass in the chair? Doing Simon videos? What did he get injured from? I'm training fucking hard as fuck. I got no injuries. I don't know, bro. I'm not one to say anything. But I'm just saying, like, from what? Injured from what? I want to see it. I want to see a real injury. I want to see his fucking arm falling off or some shit.
I don't think KSI is ducking Slim. I do believe he is injured, right? I don't think that this is fake. It did seem like at first he was just disinterested, but he does say he was disinterested because he was injured, which I'm not sure if that was 1000% true, you know, because we'll see by their next move. Do they rebook this fight? I think that would be a huge mistake. I think nobody wants to see this fight rebooked. Nobody even wanted to see it August 31st. So the fact that this thing got canceled and now we're going to move it, it just makes no sense. I think the move here is just come up with a new fight. I think Darren Till could easily be a new fight. Darren Till would be a very fun challenge. He's an an MMA fighter, and let's be honest, you know, KSI hasn't fought a lot of MMA fighters. Like, Jake has definitely proved that he's better than most MMA fighters, but I'm not sure KSI has. So I think the next move is maybe, you know, you get him to return at the end of the year. It sounds like the Amir Khan fight might be off now, which, you know, I'm fine with. I wasn't really super excited about that fight. I would much rather a Darren Till or even more a Masvidal. I think that would be a very fun fight. Like, if I could pick any fight, I'd probably pick Masvidal, right? Because Masvidal did look good in the Nate Diaz fight. As to what the injury might be, I suspect it's probably something with his shoulder, right? I don't think he, like, broke his hand or something like that. Because if you broke your hand, you know, you're just not throwing it at all, right? It isn't something that gets worse, right? Those were his words, that it got worse. I think it probably is some sort of shoulder injury, maybe. Maybe he tore something there. Maybe he's got to let it recover. You know, he's got to wait a few weeks. Maybe he has to see if he has to get surgery on something. KSI has to get surgery. I'm not sure if he boxes ever again, if I'm going to be honest, because he doesn't need to, right? Especially because it seems like the Jake Paul fight will never happen. But guys, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Make sure you guys check out my last video where I talked about the most insane UFC story that is going around right now that nobody's talking about. That's, of course, the story about Casey Kenny, and I also made a video talking about John Jones and Tom Aspinall, with John Jones potentially being scared of Tom Aspinall. Guys, go watch that video and more. Thank you guys for watching. You guys are the best fan base in MMA, and I'll see you guys in the next one.